So I'm going to talk about how to take your attention and plunge into the dimension of a specific chakra. Let's just say that we're trying to plunge into the dimension of the third eye. The third eye is essentially samadhi. It's deep samadhi where you venture into God consciousness. In other words, there's not much separation left, although you still have an ego to see that there's not that much separation there. That's why it's just flooded with bliss. Anyways, what you want to do is take your attention and focus it on the third eye. This is the little space above the eyebrows, like right in the middle. Why do we say the third eye? Because if you've used the Kundalini or the prana to venture into the different chakras, you'll see that there's just energy or pull that happens in that specific region. That's why they call it the third eye. So if you just take your attention and focus it on that region, whether your eyes are open or closed, it doesn't matter. Eventually, if you do it long enough, you'll feel energy build up in that specific location. Now, the thing is, in order for the energy to build up to such a tremendous amount, which is what we're aiming here, you have to have firm concentration. If your concentration is not firm, it just means you're distracted and your attention is going elsewhere. And once that attention goes elsewhere, concentration breaks. Once it breaks, then the energy is no longer building up. It starts to scatter away. But the more the energy builds up, the more concentration becomes fixed, then you're able to seep through into that dimension. You're literally able to sink inside using your awareness. Why do I say sink inside? Because the more energy you build up, the more intensified it becomes. And with the more intensity, you start to feel a pull. This happens in any chakra. Eventually, if your energy builds up so much, you eventually feel a pull, like your attention is being sunk inside the dimension. You know it's a different dimension because once you stay there long enough, it's like quicksand. You just start sinking into the dimension. And then you reveal that dimension. So it doesn't matter what chakra you're focused on. At the end of the day, you need to focus on it. And this is why concentration is so important. Because if you're not concentrative enough, it just means you're distracted. And it's this distraction that takes your attention and keeps it trapped on physical matter. And this is why the majority of people don't believe that there's other dimensions, because they're still glued on the perception of physicality. They haven't ventured beyond this physical form. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can venture on beyond physical form if you just learn how to concentrate. Because once you really know how to concentrate, if you point your attention on a specific location or a specific region of your body or a chakra, you'll start to see the energy build up, and that's when you'll start to see that there's more truthful aspects of reality that's waiting to be uncovered. So the more your attention is fixed on a specific chakra, the more the energy builds up. And the more the energy builds up, the more the portal opens up. And it is through this portal you tap inside a different dimension.